Hello people, this is Rishabh. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In my last video, I just gave a general overview of my bike Java 42, but today's video will be entirely focused and dedicated on the pros and cons of Java 42. Okay, so let's start. And one more thing, I'll be coming with more and more videos about the technical specs, the accessories which I used and other things one by one. Okay, so stay tuned. Coming to the advantages, first of all, I would like to show you the seat height of Java 42. Well, this is a very friendly seat height of around 765 mm, which is slightly less than the Royal Enfield models Thunderbird and Classic 350, and about 25 to 30 mm more than the Bajaj Avenger. Okay, so you must be wondering, how is that an advantage? Okay, so let me tell you that the average height of an Indian is about 5 foot 7 inches, right? So what this company Java has focused about is the average height of an Indian people. The seat height is made such that any Indian, I mean most of the Indians, around 60 to 70% of the people will be able to ride this bike without any discomfort. So if your height is around more than 5 foot 10 inches or 11 inches, then your foots may feel a bit more cramped due to the ergonomics and the foot peg position. But if you're shorter than 5'11 or 5'10, then you might be able to ride it with comfort. Okay, so let me tell you, my height is around 5 foot 9 inches and I feel not very much but a little bit cramped after, near my knees and the foot pegs. Like after about 25 to 30 minutes of continuous riding. But I don't fall in the majority height group of the Indian crowd. So this company has thought about most of the people, and that is included in one of the advantages. Alright, so coming to the second one is about the riding stance and handling of Java 42. Okay, so I think I already told you about the riding stance, like the foot peg position and all that, and you will get the clear picture of the riding stance in my thumbnail. Alright, so let me come to the handlebar. The Java 42 has a wide and flat handlebar. So how is that an advantage? So if you have driven Royal Enfield models before this, then you must be knowing that how heavy the bike is, right? So when you are driving in heavy crowd, you cannot like overtake the other bikes very easily. Like you cannot drive in a zigzag manner, drive like a snake, right? But in Java 42, the handling, due to this wide and flat handlebar, your riding position is so nice that you will be able to drive this bike like a snake, and I do that all the time. Alright, and moreover, being a retro look bike, like the looks of this bike is a retro look with a smaller front fender and a larger rear fender, you will always feel like you're riding a sports bike, like you will always be in a dominating and commanding position while riding this, and that is a lot more fun. Now since I've spoken about the handlebar, I should show you the instrumental cluster. The instrumental cluster is obviously not a typical default straight one like you get in other bikes. It is a offset one, offset to the right side, right? So that also enhances the looks of this bike, along with the fuel tank work. Like you can see the golden work on the fuel tank, that looks like damn gorgeous. Now coming to the next advantage. The next advantage is the entire engine. Okay, so you can see the original 1921 Java logo here. So coming to the engine, I will tell you the technical specs of the engine. This engine is a 300cc single cylinder, well 293cc to be precise, single cylinder double overhead cam liquid cooled engine. Well, if you would like to see more videos on the difference between double overhead cam, single overhead cam, push rod valve, and the advantages and disadvantages, how they are used, when they are used, and all those things, I'll be coming with videos on those things. Just drop a comment in the comment box. Alright, so the torque that you get in Java 42, it is the peak torque you get is 28 Newton meters, which is exactly the same that you get in a Royal Enfield Classic 350, but the power but the peak power that this bike provides is way more higher than any other bike of this segment. Well, obviously a classic retro bike. The peak power is around 27 horsepower. And moreover, the torque curve, the torque spread of this bike in friendly speed ranges like around 50 to 70 kilometers per hour, in those speed ranges the torque is spread in a very wide range. Okay, so when you are just releasing that light clutch, you are letting go of that light clutch, you are accelerating and accelerating up to a speed of 50 to 60 kilometers per hour, like you will feel you are in heaven. If you really love bikes, then you will feel that you are in heaven. But what I noticed is that after a speed of 90 to 100 kilometers per hour, the torque is not that much uniformly distributed. It diminishes very quickly, and the maximum speed which I have, the top speed that I have driven on this bike is around 120 kilometers per hour, which is obviously nice. And coming to the next advantage is that you will not get any vibrations on this bike. Okay, like even if you are riding at 90 kilometers per hour or 100 kilometers per hour, will not feel much vibrations except very slight vibration on the foot peg, which is obviously that has to be there, but you will not get any major vibrations. So I have told about most of the advantages of this bike. Coming to the disadvantages, like there are not many disadvantages, only 3 to 4. One disadvantage is about the battery problem, which I will make a separate video regarding that, because I myself faced that disadvantage, and it is a big one. I have to speak around 5 to 8 minutes regarding that, so I will come up with a separate video on that. So my next video will be about the battery problem only. Okay, so coming to the other disadvantages, first of all I'd like to show you the seat. Well, the seat that Java has provided is a steep one. Like they should have given an extra layer of cushioning. It is very hard to ride more than 40 to 50 kilometers at a stretch. Your back will hurt, it will really hurt. But obviously that is not due to the suspension. The suspension of this bike is really awesome, with a twin gas canister in the rear, and the front suspension comes with a telescopic hydraulic fork. So the little bit of a back pain which if you will drive this bike and you will get, that is all due to the seat. Okay, so well, it is not a temporary problem. It is a it is a temporary problem only. You can change your seat anytime. In Delhi, you can change the seat at most of the locations like Karol Bagh and etc. And recently I found 2 pages on Instagram who provide split seats for Java 42. Okay, one is a Pune based page and another is Bangalore based page. I contacted them. I actually myself want to change my seat. I want 2 split seats. I contacted them. They said that currently they are not delivering outside Pune or Bangalore. As soon as they will, I will definitely change my seat, and I'll also give the profile link of the Instagram pages in the description box. Alright. So coming to the next disadvantage is about the rusting problems. Well, most of the people, like around 70 to 80% people, have not faced any rusting issues on this bike. I myself haven't faced any rusting issues, like not any major rusting issues. A few of them will be there obviously due to this rainy season. Most of the people who have complained about rusting issues is near the engine area and the main stand and the tailpipe. Okay, I also got a few rusting spots near the engine area, but they are not very major. Like they are bound to come in this monsoon season. Okay, so coming to the final disadvantage that I would like to speak is about the ground clearance. So you can see that currently my bike is on main stand, and including this main stand, the ground clearance becomes around 130 mm, and excluding that it was 160 mm. And obviously 99.9% people will have a main stand on their bikes, and you must be wondering what is the disadvantage in this. So when you are riding at a comparatively higher speed on an empty road or a highway, and you are turning or leaning towards the left side of the road. Okay, so then the main stand of your bike will rub with the road, and obviously will not fall down. But that is a disadvantage according to me. Okay, and obviously if you are having a pillion rider on your back and you are driving over a speed breaker, then also speed breaker with a comparatively higher speed, then also your main stand will rub with the speed breaker. Okay, so that was it, guys. My next videos will be about the accessories which I have fit on my bike, and the technical specs. I'll be speaking about the engine, suspension, brakes, the cost, on-road price, ex-showroom price, and all those things. And obviously the battery problem which I told a few minutes back. I'll be speaking on all those things in a separate video, so stay tuned. Okay, so bye, have a nice day.